Imagine spending more than 3 hours of your day, every day, staring at a small screen. Now, let's not kid ourselves. It's not just about checking the weather or replying to an urgent email. It's the constant scrolling, the endless need to be updated, the relentless pursuit of the next viral video or meme. It's the likes, the shares, the comments, the retweets. It's the games, the selfies, the filters. It's the constant, unending digital chatter that fills every spare moment of our day. Did you know the average person spends over 3 hours a day on their phone? Yes, you heard right. 3 hours. Every single day. That's more than a full day a week spent transfixed by a tiny glowing screen. Let's break it down a little. If you're spending 3 hours a day on your phone, that's 21 hours a week. Multiply that by 52 weeks, and you're looking at over 1,000 hours a year. That's almost 45 full days. Nearly a month and a half of each year spent staring at your phone. But it doesn't stop there. If you carry on at this rate for 10 years, you'll have spent over a year of your life on your phone. Yes, an entire year. And for 20 years? 2 whole years. Think about that for a moment. Years of your life dedicated to a device no bigger than your hand. Years that could have been spent learning a new skill, developing a hobby, making real connections with people, exploring the world around you. The numbers are staggering, aren't they? But they're real. This is the shocking reality of our digital age. This is the price we're paying for our addiction to technology, to social media, to the constant need for digital validation. And the most shocking part, this is just the average. Many of us spend far more than 3 hours a day on our phones. That's right, years of your life spent on a device that fits in your pocket. But what's the harm in a little screen time, you might ask? Well, let's dive into the hidden dangers that lurk behind those bright screens we're so fond of. First off, let's talk about sleep. Yes, that precious commodity we all seem to be running short of. It turns out your phone might be the secret thief, stealing away those precious hours of rest. The blue light emitted from your phone's screen can mess with your body's natural sleep cycle, making it harder to fall asleep and depriving you of the restful slumber you need. Now let's move on to something a bit more serious, your mental health. Studies have shown that excessive screen time can lead to symptoms of anxiety and depression. The constant barrage of information, updates and notifications can be overwhelming, leading to stress and feelings of inadequacy. But it's not just about you. It's also about the people around you. Your personal relationships can take a hit when you're more focused on your virtual connections than your real-life ones. The constant need to check your phone can lead to social isolation as you become more engrossed in your online world and less present in the real one. And let's not forget about the physical risks. We've all heard the stories, or maybe even experienced it ourselves. Walking into a lamppost while texting, tripping over a curb while scrolling through social media, or worse, causing a car accident because you were distracted by your phone. So, the next time you reach for your phone, remember, it's not just a harmless device. It's a tool that, when used excessively, can have serious repercussions. It can rob you of your sleep, affect your mental health, strain your relationships, and even put your life at risk. The harm, it turns out, is far greater than we might imagine. Our phones are smarter, but are we? Welcome to the era of the not-so-smart generation, where the rise of pocket-sized supercomputers ironically coincides with a decline in our cognitive capabilities. It seems that as our phones get smarter, we're becoming less so. Let's delve into the specifics. Picture this. You're studying for an important test while your phone buzzes with a new notification every other minute. Your attention shifts from your textbooks to your phone, then back to your textbooks, then back to your phone. This constant distraction is not only frustrating, but it's also hampering your ability to learn effectively. Research shows that our brains are not designed for heavy multitasking. When we try to focus on too many things at once, our brains become overwhelmed and our performance suffers. This constant state of distraction is like trying to fill a bucket with water while there are holes in the bottom. The information just doesn't stick, and it doesn't stop at learning. Memory too takes a hit. When we're constantly bombarded with information, our brains struggle to decide what's important and what's not. This constant influx of information can lead to memory problems in the long run. Moreover, we're witnessing a surge in ADHD symptoms among heavy phone users. The constant buzzing, ringing, and vibrating of our devices are training our brains to be in a perpetual state of high alert. This hyper-aware state can lead to symptoms similar to those of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, including poor concentration, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. So while our phones are becoming more advanced, they're not necessarily advancing us. In fact, they might be doing just the opposite. We're becoming a generation defined not by our intelligence or our ability to learn, but by our inability to disconnect from the digital world. Our phones might be getting smarter, but they could be making us dumber. Let's strive to not let our devices outsmart us. After all, they're meant to be tools, not crutches. The choice is ours to use them wisely or let them take over our lives. But I need my phone to stay connected, you say. Well, that's the paradox of our digital age. We've become so engrossed in our virtual connections that we're losing touch with the real world, with face-to-face interactions, with the beauty of the present moment. You see, while our smartphones and social media platforms promise a world of unlimited connectivity, they often deliver a reality of isolation and loneliness. We're drawn into a digital illusion where likes, shares, and followers are mistaken for genuine friendships and meaningful conversations. This constant need to stay online and available can lead to feelings of anxiety and depression. It's like we're always on stage, performing for an unseen audience. We compare our lives with others, feel pressured to portray a perfect image, and are often left feeling inadequate and alone. In fact, several studies have shown that excessive phone use can lead to higher levels of loneliness, depression, and anxiety. We're more connected than ever before, yet we're also more alone. It's a paradox that's hard to comprehend, yet it's the reality many of us are living in. And what about our social skills, the art of conversation, of active listening, of reading body language? All these are being lost in a sea of emojis and text messages. We're forgetting how to interact in the real world, how to build meaningful relationships, how to empathize and connect on a deeper level. Consider this. When was the last time you had a face-to-face conversation without glancing at your phone? When was the last time you enjoyed a meal without the urge to photograph it and share it online? When was the last time you truly lived in the moment without the distraction of your phone? We're not saying that phones and social media are inherently bad. They have their place and can be incredibly useful, but like everything in life, they need to be used in moderation. Ironically, our phones might be disconnecting us more than they connect us. So let's strive for a balance. Let's use our phones as tools, not as crutches. Let's reconnect with the real world and rediscover the joy of living in the present moment. So what can we do about this, you may ask? Well, we're not suggesting you throw your smartphone into the nearest river. That's not practical, and let's face it, our phones do have their benefits, but it's all about balance and control. Firstly, consider setting screen time limits. Most phones these days have built-in functions that allow you to monitor your usage. Set a limit for yourself each day. It might be 2 hours, it might be 3. The key is to be consistent and stick to it. You'd be surprised how much extra time you'll find in your day. Next, designate phone-free periods. This could be during meals or perhaps an hour before bed. The goal is to disconnect from the digital world and reconnect with the real one. Give your mind a break from the constant influx of information and notifications. Prioritizing real-life interactions is another crucial step. Instead of texting your friend, why not meet them for a coffee? Have a face-to-face conversation. It's these genuine human interactions that truly enrich our lives, not the number of likes we get on a post. Also, finding offline hobbies can be a game changer. Perhaps you've always wanted to learn a musical instrument or take up painting. These activities not only help reduce screen time, but also contribute to personal growth and satisfaction. And let's not forget the benefits of reducing phone usage. Improved sleep, better focus, enhanced relationships, and overall better mental health are just a few to name. Let's make a pact, not to eliminate technology, but to use it wisely. To use it as a tool that aids our lives, not dominates it. To remember that we control the technology, it does not control us. So take a step today. Begin the journey of reclaiming your time, your attention, and your life. Remember, your phone is a tool. Don't let it become your master.